Hey, what's up, YouTube? So today's video is about showcasing the beauty and the synchronicity between certain items, action figure lines, but most of all, weapons and accessories. I wanted to show off how much fun and how much diversity you can create on your shelf with weapons and accessories from other action figures. So assuming that everything's in scale, which I am a scale snob myself, particularly between 6 and 7 inch, I still think that you can mix and match efficiently in both scales and sometimes even jumping scales. So to get started, I figured I'd show off this example. We have two 7-inch action figures. We have the McFarlane Aquaman Endless Winter version, and then we have the Masters of the Universe Revelations Merman. Now, these are a good example because they're both aquatic-based characters that happen to use tridents. But as you can see, I actually switched them. But the crazy thing is that they totally look like they work. To me, I'd rather have this on the shelf knowing that everybody else's shelf has them swapped. And to take it a step further, don't be shy with accessories and elements and whatnot. Here I have two electric effects. And I'm pretty sure that both of these electric effects are from 6-inch Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection figures. This one I got with the Red Ranger, the Tyrannosaurus Sentry. Just got it yesterday. This electric effect was supposed to be put on the end of his sword spear weapon. But this accessory, not only have I seen it before in Power Rangers, I'm pretty sure Hasbro also uses it on Marvel Legends, because I'm pretty sure I got a Storm with a very similar lightning effect. But she's another example of where this would work. This one is from a different Power Ranger Lightning Collection accessory. But all in all, they kind of work, and they work. I always like the idea of electrified tridents, especially since when they're being used, it's usually from aquatic villains and heroes. So once again, customizing accessories and pieces just make everything look that much more dynamic. So this is just one example. So sticking with 7-inch scale, but swapping out, I have here Master vs. He-Man. You might have seen in the previous video the head swap I did with the Origins head. But what I want to show off here is this little Hatchet Ax we have here. Anybody in the comment want to correct me, go right ahead. I'm not really sure what constitutes as a hatchet and an axe. I feel like you could throw this one just like one or the other. But back to the point, this came with a McFarlane Batman, I think it's the Rebirth Batman, the big one with the grinning face, and he had two of these, and I thought to myself, man, that would look great in He-Man's hands, and sure enough, it works perfectly. I also thought it would work in Spawn's hands too, but I just like it the most here on He-Man. Another type of accessory I wanted to show off was Tamashii Nations. Their figure arts, their line that they have to complement the figure arts accessories. They have a lot of naturescapes. They have electric effects. They have flame effects. And they also have this this earth-shattering effect, which is really cool. This isn't complete. There's a middle piece, and then you can make a total piece. But they're on separate displays right now. You've seen it on You've seen it showcased as recently on the solicitations for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier action figure. You see him kind of punching the wall. It's actually this piece here. You also might have seen it in the video where I'm showing off the McFarlane thigh swivel. I happened to use it with the Ultraman figure to show him doing a ground pound. So this is kind of just going over that and showing that this would work really well with He-Man too. I I love all forms of He-Man, but the 2000X series is my favorite. And I love how that version of He-Man just always seems to ground pound and throw a boulder. Next time you watch the 2000X series, watch He-Man, and if he ever isn't sure what to do, or if he ever needs a basic attack stronger than a sword strike, watch him. He's going to ground pound and throw a boulder. I love it. But in order to kind of illustrate that just really quickly, I just wanted to show how even a true 6-inch scale action figure accessory can complement even a 7-inch. See how that works out. Obviously, I'd have to pose him hitting the ground, and I probably wouldn't use the Hatchet Ax here. I'd probably use the shield or just his bare fist. But just to show how, another example of how you can even cross scales and it'll still work. Bear with me as I fix the camera here. I need to position the camera further away so I can showcase more at once. So another fun example is actually going to show 6-inch and 7-inch coming together. So here we have the McFarlane Zuko, but these are not the flame effects he came with. These flame effects actually came with a Marvel Legends Human Torch. This Human Torch has a bit more color on him. I did a custom paint job on him. What I really like about these flame effects is that the difference in fist size isn't much between 6 and 7-inch, as you can see here. Originally would have came there, and hey, that looks great too. But there's something about how this kind of, I think it's because of the color scheme, it looks a little more animated than realistic. So it fits in with the pseudo-anime aesthetic that is Avatar. So I just felt like this worked really well. And if you wanted to say, okay, well, if you use those flame effects, assuming that you only have one pair, what do you do with your Human Torch? Well, for the Human Torch, I did something a little different. For the Human Torch, I wanted more of like a spraying fire effect. So I have this piece. This piece belongs to the Medicom Mafx Mandalorian. This is actually from his wrist gauntlet that shoots fire, his little flamethrower. So I felt like this was a cooler setup for Torch. It's not coming through exactly on the phone. It does look better in person. I have him lined up a little better, but yeah. The one unique thing about this swap here is, like I said, I went from 6-inch scale accessories to 7-inch scale, and you could kind of see the benefit and how it just works, you know, because it's just fire. It's just a fire effect. You could take any one and you could pose them all kinds of fun ways. Last but not least, my last example. This one's kind of fun, and it's a big retro callback. So here we have my Marvel Legends Magneto with custom head. Just to get that out of the way, that head probably looks familiar, but you're not sure why. That's because that head comes with the Uncanny X-Force Magneto helmet. So I basically got an extra one of these because I wanted to reuse the body. I had a leftover head, and then I just painted it to match. The red is a bit glossier, but that doesn't bother me, being that the helmet is supposed to be magnetic in the first place. So as a classic Magneto, this works pretty well. You're missing that little emblem he has up top, and we have these spikes that the Uncanny X-Force version has that the traditional one doesn't. But I really enjoy it, and to be honest, it looks a lot better than the stock heads we got. This Magneto is from the 3-pack with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I mean, if you ask me, these heads are, like, disgusting. I think I had to put some dots in these pupils just so they lined up. But he just looks too docile for Magneto. It really doesn't work, in my opinion. This one is a little better, and I tried to get more of a shadow effect by kind of adding blacker lines to the eyes, and I tried with a pencil just kind of dampening the light fogginess you have there, but it just, like I said, this one didn't make me happy either. This one doesn't look terrible, but I just really like this head. It's just a more serious or determined head, but that's not even why I brought him out. I brought him out for this accessory here. And this accessory, which I have gone over all the white lines, this action figure accessory actually belongs to a 5-inch Magneto. The Toy Biz Marvel vs. Capcom, or X-Men vs. Street Fighter, rather, 2-packs. There was a few of those. There was Wolverine and Akuma. There was Captain America and Morrigan. That must have been Marvel vs. Capcom. There was, I think Sabretooth was one of them, but there was another one with Magneto and Ryu. And although those figures are out of scale and outdated, even some of those accessories worked. For example, I love this this ball here. All I do is just pop the hand out, and this always came with an opening. I think I might have carved inside of it. It might not be this open if you have it stock. It might be a smaller circle, but this fits on real easy for me. Kind of just slide it in, push it through, and to me, that looks like a really cool magnetic sphere he's about to throw in somebody's face. Oh, looks like I'm opening it a little bit more than I want to, but we'll deal with that later. So all in all, I think you can have a lot of fun mixing and mashing accessories. Once again, just another way to diversify your shelf, make it a little different than your friends. Even things... Oh wow, almost forgot about my Batman here. Here we have a McFarlane Batman that I custom painted a bit. Credit to Cosplay Chris. I watched his tutorial on how to pimp out, that's his phrase, not mine, the McFarlane Batman, and I only did, like, I don't even think I did half as good of the job that he did, but it definitely greatly enhanced the look of this action figure. And this RPG here, not sure what you want to call this, grenade launcher. Yeah, because it's not a rocket-propelled grenade, it's just a grenade launcher. So this grenade launcher here, which I stuck a Batarang on just to make it look a little more like it's Batman's. This came from the brand new McFarlane Munitions Pack, which is exclusive from the website. I can put the link in the bio for that too. That has been one of the coolest things to buy. It just came with a whole plethora of guns. And it was definitely an answer to the Warner Brothers issue where they cannot showcase characters across multiple lines, especially the budget lines, with guns. They allow knives, but, any kind of blades, but not guns. So I guess you could say that kind of ties into the video as well. I have an Instagram post with showing off a couple of these guns, but they come with 2 pairs of dual pistols. Here's an RPG. I put a little gray on these pieces. Most of them come straight black. Some of them have color on them. This big chunky gun. This big chunky gun. I kind of got my Spawn Desperado here. See, this brown actually came stock on the gun. So there's a couple of wood grain handles on the gun pieces themselves. But this is probably the best example of mixing accessories and whatnot, because it's technically, these guns are actually the Spawn line. They're under McFarlane's general moniker. It's not Warner Brothers. So that's why, like, if you want Mortal Kombat figures or DC Multiverse figures, you'll never see them with guns, or at least for the near future. That's their policy. So, all right, I think I've rambled long enough. Thanks for watching, and any questions, comments, or even tips from me, leave them in the comments below. I appreciate your viewership. Have a good day. Bye.